Hi everyone, and very welcome to another beautiful live stream from sunny Mallorca. Now it's winter and we are in Alcudia. A lot of people have been asking me how is Mallorca in winter, so I started making this series of videos where I basically show you how Mallorca is in winter. It's not for everyone, definitely, but a lot of people still enjoy it because it's very cheap to come here at the moment and you can stay here a much longer time. So if you're a cyclist, it could be great for you. Maybe some retirees from the Scandinavian countries, they also very much like to come here. A lot of them do actually come to Alcudia for 1 or 2 months because it's very cheap. You can rent an apartment here for maybe 600 euros for a whole month, or even like a hotel room for the same price. So it's definitely cheap if you like to have sunny weather like this, but not too warm. It's definitely great for you, but don't expect it always to be like this. There's also going to be some rainy days. Mallorca definitely in winter is not as predictable as the Canary Islands, where you have much sunnier weather. If you're watching this in the live stream, know that you can always write in the chat any questions you have about coming to holiday to Mallorca or Spain at this moment. Just write it in the chat, or you can always find it on my website at checkedalldays.com. Now we're going to explore a little bit Alcudia, the Old Town, and then later we're also going to go to the Port Alcudia, so you can see a little bit how the situation is here at the moment. And for everyone who's already joined me before, thank you very much for doing so. At the moment we are live from Alcudia. We're going to explore a little bit how things are here in winter, what is open, what is not open, things like this. And Alcudia Old Town actually have quite a little bit of history. There's some museums, there's the old Roman style ruins as well. A lot of excursions come here in summer from all over the island to visit this place. And you can also have some lovely restaurants here. In winter, like it is now, but it's still really sunny, as you can see. In winter, there's a few less restaurants open. But in Saturday and Sunday, in the weekends, most of them do open anyway. For the locals. At the moment this winter is actually December, but still really nice and sunny. I'm actually walking around in a t-shirt, so for the people who wonder what temperature is t-shirt weather. But you will see a lot of the local population wearing jumpers and jackets because they're used to the hot summers here, so they see it different. But in general, it's definitely t-shirt weather. Okay, let's answer some questions from the chat. Do you need to wear a mask while walking around, Eve? Yes, at the moment, since we live in a little bit of a different situation than we normally do. It is 2020, winter 2020. Yes, indeed, I am wearing a mask. This morning I went for a big run. Then you do not need to wear a mask. But if you're just walking around, then theoretically yes. I think on the beach and things like this also, but I've seen a lot of people who don't really wear them at this moment. I'm just going to go on the wall here a little bit, and you have a kind of view over the city, if you can call Alcudia a city. It's more like a big town. And actually from top of the wall here you can see all the way over to Puerto Poyensa, where we will go another day as well in one of these live streams to show you how things are there. A little bit of history about the walls here, but you can come and check that out when you actually come here to Alcudia and see a little bit more of the history. Actually, Alcudia used to be the official capital, while now Palma de Mallorca is the capital of Alcudia, of Mallorca. Alcudia used to be the capital, let this be 100 or 200 years ago or something like this, maybe even more. I'm not quite sure about the dates. But then after a while they changed it to Palma. So I think I can get up here. Yes. Answering some more questions. Is there any ferry to Canary Islands from there? From Mallorca directly? I don't think there are any ferries to the Canary Islands. But you basically have to go to Barcelona, and then from Barcelona have to take a ferry. So here we're on top of the walls above Alcudia. For airlines, there are airlines who fly direct from Mallorca. Pinter is one of them. And if you have a residencia, basically like a permit saying that you live here in Mallorca, then you get a 75% discount. So it's good to get that. Anyone who lives here full time can get that in their town hall. I have one of those as well, so it's really good if you're flying a lot in between the islands like me to get that, because it saves you a lot of money. So Pinter is one of those airlines. I don't think there's ferries going between the islands directly. You will always have to connect over the mainland first normally. But the ferry to the Canary Islands, I think it takes quite a few days, so be aware of that. The one coming from the mainland here to Mallorca from Barcelona takes about, the normal one takes about 8 hours. But if you want to go to the Canary Islands, then it does take a lot longer time. So I think it takes somewhere between 3 days and a week. Lane Brown, she says that she will need to come to Alcudia. Definitely do. It's a really nice place. It looks a little bit like Greece, she says. Yeah, it's this town is a little bit from the same time as a lot of these time periods you see from Greece. It has that same kind of feel. But I'll actually be walking up there, and then we can see a little bit what there is around us and have a little bit of a view over the city. And then actually another subscriber to the channel, he actually gave me a tip about a restaurant here that I should try. But I've been living in Alcudia in this area quite a few years, but I've never seen that restaurant, so I think it's quite new. And I'm not sure where it is. I think it's around the corner here somewhere. So let's see if it's still there. Oh, these masks are annoying. Okay, so from this next guard tower, we should have a pretty nice view. Yeah, great view. Here a little bit ahead. I think it's time to change this wood almost, because it feels a bit weird. From here normally we can have a nice view. From here actually you can, this is one of the reasons this used to be the capital, because you could, let's climb up here, you could see so much of where the boats were coming from when the pirates came, or the Arabs from back in the days. I always used to come in there. So over there you have Cap Formentor, which is like another touristy destination, and Playa Formentor is ahead of me. Then over there you have Puerto Poyensa and all these kind of areas like Canary and Gotmar and all of this kind of stuff. But basically Puerto Poyensa over there. And then over there where you see the little mountain in the middle, there behind is Poyensa Old Town. So from there it connects to Puerto Poyensa and also over there to the old town of Alcuria. So this is a little bit the area you can see. You have a really nice, quite nice view from up here. And behind that mountain over there is Alcanada, where we did the live stream from the other day. And then over there behind the town we have Puerto Alcuria, where we also did a live stream from, but where we are walking today as well. So you can see a little bit how it is now. So yeah, a little bit of a view from top of the walls here. From a nice sunny and warm Mallorca. Just climb down here for a second. Up again. Hoppa. What's the temperature? Someone asks. It's very good. It's t-shirt weather. I'm wearing a t-shirt while walking around. So yeah, really nothing much to complain about. I'll just focus on these dodgy stairs here for a second. Okay, let me back down here. And in these guided tours I like to show you a little bit how Mallorca is in winter, because a lot of people asked about this, if they should come here on holiday in winter. And I always say it depends a little bit up to what you want. It's cheap, the weather is nice, but can be sometimes unpredictable. I say it's mostly for people who like to do sports, cyclists, these kind of people. And also if you're from some of the colder countries in Europe, mostly Scandinavian countries, you can also come here for like a month or 2 months. A lot of hotels offer these kind of deals where you can come here and just ride out the winter for a couple of months basically. I think this is the little restaurant he was talking about, but yeah, it's winter so it's closed. Most likely it opens in the weekends as well. Thank you for all the likes I've been getting on this video. Do know it really helps us a lot. If you see this video and you like what you see, press the like button. Also, if you want, you can subscribe to the channel. That helps YouTube understand a little bit that it needs to suggest also my next live streams to you. Maybe these live streams in particular are not really for you, because normally they're not what I do on the channel. I don't really do these like winter live streams, but I also have live streams and these guided walking tours about Tenerife, where it's much more sunny weather, much more beach weather, and we focus more on like the beach and things like this. But I wanted to do these videos as well because a lot of people have been asking how is the situation now in Mallorca in this winter, because of the current situation we are in 2020, and also how is it in general in the winter in Mallorca. And I must say, actually, 2020, the current situation we're in, and normally how Mallorca is around this time, is not so much of a difference. There's a few less hotels open, but otherwise there's not much of a difference. It's always a very chill, quiet, relaxed place, great for pensioners and people who just like to chill or who want to be very active and do a lot of sports. Windsurfing, cycling, skating, running, swimming, this kind of thing. So for those it's also a very good time to come. But don't expect too much, because it's also much cheaper to come here in winter compared to the summertime. And if you have any questions, just feel free to write them in the chat. Anything about the islands in Spain, if you're planning holidays now, maybe to the Canary Islands or maybe here, just let me know. Any questions you might have about where to go, what to do, when to go, all of these kind of things. You can normally also find on my website at checkedallthis.com. But for now, while I'm live, you can always ask these questions to me in person, and I can give you a more like a custom and specialized answer that more fits you specifically. But I do know that otherwise you just have to go to the website checkedallthis.com, and there you can find all my holiday advice as well about all the different destinations I've been to in Spain, which are pretty much all the islands. I hope sooner or later to do the mainland as well, but I never really lived or worked on the mainland, so I would basically have to start from scratch there, because I simply don't know so much about it. But maybe one day we'll do that. And just do a little bit of a reset here. Let's walk in through this massive gate. And this is normally the main street in summer, where there's like loads of little shops. And over here on the left you also have like a market square then. I think it's Saturdays or Mondays, I'm not 100% sure. You can also find it on the website. But yeah, this is the old town like it is. At the moment in winter, normally all these shops are open. And there's little bars and restaurants here. And just like a nice cozy place to come and explore. But at this moment in time you can see, yes, totally different. Pretty much everything is closed. That's a bit the way the situation is every winter. But specifically now in 2020, when basically the entire Mallorca is going through a bit of a difficult time, but that's a bit the same like all over Spain. So and then here we come to the main square, where there's normally loads of restaurants and bars. Also here on the left there's also like a nice little restaurant, a little bit of the beating track. Could definitely advise that. So as you can see, there's some things open, but normally this whole square is full of restaurants in the summer. And in winter it's every weekend these places normally open, but now because of the current situation it's much more locked down than you would expect. And let me go back to the stream so I can see what people are writing. Graham is asking, do I have a favorite island in the Canaries. A favorite is hard to say. Also because I think Tenerife at the moment would be my favorite, and then especially the north. I very much like the north of Tenerife. So I think that would be one of my favorites in the Canary Islands. As you can see, there's some restaurants open here and there spread throughout the town, but it's not that many as normal. And then if you turn in here on the left, you have like a little side square. Let's see that I don't... I'm pretty sure it's here. Yeah, it's here. It just looks so different now and everything is closed. It's actually up there, it seems. I got a little bit confused here. There's loads of restaurants here, sadly enough. Because of the current situation now, they're all closed, as you can see. But most winters these remain quite open. Not all of them, but especially in the weekends. Like a Saturday and Sunday, most of these places are completely open, most of these restaurants. Let's look a little bit here. No, now I'm back on the main square. I don't know what I did. I went wrong somewhere. Doesn't really matter. Here's a little bit how the old town looks now. But normally over there's like a little second square as well, with some nice little restaurants and stuff. In summer you cannot miss it, but now I've somehow missed it. Greg David, good afternoon to you as well. Thank you for joining us on this little walk through Alcudia, the way it is in winter. As I want to point out, normally it's a bit more open, but currently Mallorca is in a bit of a different situation in 2020. A lot more things that are closed now, but let's hope by next summer that can all change again and things can go back a little bit to normal, mostly for the people who live here. Because I know a lot of people who are struggling, because I don't know the exact numbers, but I think maybe 80% of the people here are somehow dependent on tourism. And this year most of the hotels were only open for most of them never even opened. But the ones that did open, from the people I knew who started working, had maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks of work this summer, which is not a good thing. Here's a lovely Christmas decoration. They actually used, I think those are the things you make coffee with. There's some, look, it's all recycled stuff. They're quite nice. And then here they always have all the markets. I forgot what day it is, because I think it's Mondays. You normally have the markets here. Here on the main square. But as you can see, there's some restaurants and stuff open. And over there you have Es Mercat. It's kind of famous in Alcudia because that one's always open. I'm not sure if it is anymore, but 2 years ago it was open like 24/7. And you can go get like really cheap coffees there, really cheap beers. And basically a lot of people, when they were done partying, they kind of came here, especially the local population, because it's just always open. You can count on it that it's always open. But at this moment in time, I'm not sure, especially not in the situation we're in now. Yeah, cheap coffee, nice, good service. Es Mercat. Let's start walking to the port of Alcudia and see how things are a little bit there, and then from there we walk over to the beach, and I'll show you a little bit of the beach as well. Just thinking which way I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take this way. And for anyone new who's joining us, know that you can just write any questions you have about travel to Spain or the islands in Spain. Just write it in the chat and I try to answer it as quickly as possible. If you're not watching this live, I do also try to answer the comments, but I get so many questions in the comments I cannot always answer them. So then it's best, if you're not watching this live, to go to the website checkedholidays.com, and there you can find all my holiday advice on when to go, where to go, how to get there, what to do there, and this for all the islands in Spain, so just so you know. Walking to the port is actually just maybe a 5-minute walk or something, connecting the old town of Alcudia to the port of Alcudia. And then from the port we can go a little bit over the beach as well. See how things are on the beach at this moment. Actually quite a few people watching here now from what I see, so I hope you're enjoying this. Next week we're also going to see a little bit more of the rest of the island, so I hope to be able to do excuse me, Cala Rajada, Cala Mayor maybe, Palma Nova, Magaluf, these kind of places. So this is also maybe something I want to point out. A lot of hotels near Magaluf stay open all year round, but 99.9% of the clubs and party life there shuts down. So just know I've had quite a few people here on my channel who complained about the fact that they booked a holiday somewhere to Magaluf in like February and that nothing was open. So just know in Magaluf pretty much nothing is open until maybe half of May, then it starts, and then it finishes again, let's say somewhere between 1st of October and half of October. So for people who like to come here and go clubbing, definitely don't come here in winter. There might be some clubs open around Palma, but definitely not in Magaluf. So we're on our way to the Old Town. It's about 500 meters that way. Or like, how much is that in miles? A third of a mile. Something like this. So it's really not that far away. And then we're gonna have a little bit of an exploration there. And then we'll do a little bit of the beach as well. And don't forget, if you're watching this and you haven't liked this video yet, if you are liking it, click that like button. That does not only help you out, but that also helps me out, and that helps out other people. So it's a great all way around, but only do it if you like what you're seeing. That helps YouTube understand that it needs to show more of these live streams to you, and also like push it out to some more people. And if you're not subscribed yet, you can also do that. Simply click the subscribe button. That also helps YouTube understand a little bit better which videos of mine they should show to you and which one not. So and if you have any questions or comments, just know you can write them in the chat at any time, and I try to answer them. If you are watching this, actually I would be very interested if you could type me in the chat why you are watching this. Is it just entertainment, or is it because you are watching these videos so you can decide about planning a holiday to Mallorca or to somewhere in Spain? I would be very interested. Just write me in the chat so I can see why exactly you are watching these videos. It would help me out a lot, because over the past, I think it was only a month ago or something, I started doing these live streams, and I started doing a whole new series of videos here on the channel in a whole new different style, and the vast majority of people seem to like them. But I just want to make sure that it is what you want. But the live streams I did from Tenerife, they were very popular, even though it was my first ones and I really didn't know quite what I was doing. And really people seem to get quite a bit of value from them. So just write me in the chat why exactly you're watching these videos. Is it entertainment, or is it helping you decide about a holiday to Mallorca? Or is it because you miss Mallorca? Or is it because you enjoy my charming personality? Can be a lot of things. Just write me in the chat, please. It would be great if you let me know while we are walking to the port. I'm watching because I miss Alcudia. I'm walking alongside you. I normally visit a couple of times a year from Martin Short. Well, I'm happy you're enjoying this little walk then. We're walking now to most likely a place you will know then as well, Martin. It's the port area. Gonna have a little bit of a look how things are there. And then from there we'll walk over the beach a little bit, so you get a nice little walk along me experience. And I hope for you that from next year you can start traveling here then again a couple of times a year like you normally do. And I hope you very much enjoy your holidays then. Actually gonna take this road. It's a bit like a bit more cozy back road. So thank you, Martin Short, for letting me know why you're watching these videos. It helps me figure out if I should keep on making these or I should go back to the content we used to do them after this whole situation is over. But at the moment, I think in the current situation we're in, a lot of people seem to like these live streams because they really don't know so well how the situation is here at this moment, and they're a little bit afraid to come out. At least that's the impression I have from a lot of people. But from everything I've seen here over the last 1.5 months that I'm now in Spain, you don't really have to be. Everything is well organized, everything is very safe. So I'm pretty sure you can just travel here without much of a problem. Stuart Vesey, I miss Mallorca. Spent a few weeks in a villa with my family in Calador last year and the year before. Lovely place, Calador. Definitely very nice place here on the island. A lesser known place for a lot of people because it's so like here in the north you have everything kind of close to each other, but Calador is like from the airport the other way, and then it's just Calador and a few small resorts next to it. It's really not such a well-known destination on the island. I sneak a little bit here in the back of the port of Alcudia so you can see how things are. And then we are just a few meters away from the beach as well. So then I'll walk onto the beach and we can see how things are there.
De la empresa y ahora otra vez no me ha dado tiempo de cargarlo. Justo listo.
Actually fixing up the places now you see in winter. This was before already quite a nice hotel. Well, nice, good on a budget I would say. And in a really nice location if you like to go out and eat. Because here in the port of Alcudia you have most of the nice restaurants and bars and taverns and things like this. So just walk in here a little bit. Feels like we're walking with you on a live, plus it reassures me the sun is still up there, so gloomy here, getting dark, yes. It's quite nice here, as I say, most of the days for the next 2 weeks is gonna be like this with the sunny weather. So if it was not for all the travel restrictions, could be a great time for a lot of people to book like a little bit of a holiday here. Because yeah, as I say, in winter now, especially with so many people doing the work from home thing, if you really can just work from your computer anywhere, you could come here next winter and just sit a little bit in the sun if you're from a dark and gloomy place. Because you can easily rent a place here for like 600 euros a month. Whether it be a full apartment or a hotel room or something like this. You can do some sports here meanwhile, walk a little bit on the beach, all these kind of things. But in summer all these places are open. Here in the port now they're all closed. I think in the winter some of these are still open though in the weekends. Yeah, you see, live show Saturday with Paul Keenan. Does he play here? Okay, yeah, Paul Keenan. Shamrock, Smugglers, these kind of places are open in the winters as well. Near in front of me we have one of the newest additions to the port, the Zafiro Alcudia Palace. Nice, I think it's 5-star. Very good, family friendly hotel. But a little bit on the pricey side as well at the same time, so just that you know. See if you can see it here on the map. No, yeah, okay. So we were just in the Old Town here, and we went. Basically, we're over here now in this back street of Puerto Alcuria. So from here to here. Let's do a little bit of a sneak in the back street here. Normally in summer this is full of nice restaurants. Most of them have kind of like the somewhat Spanish vibe. So if you really like good tapas and stuff, you need to come here. They always say in other places in Alcudia they also have tapas, but either here or in the Old Town. Because many places more close to like the Bellevue and stuff, they just do like the warm-ups, and here in general is much nicer restaurants with more authentic food. More authentically Spanish food, that is. And don't forget, if you have any questions or comments, or you would like me to go somewhere particular for you, like a specific hotel or something in Alcudia, just write it in the comments. And I'll try to answer your questions definitely, and I'll try to see if it's possible to walk past the hotel or the place you wonder how it is at this moment. Stuart Vesey, about a 20-minute walk then to the port area from the Old Town. Was it so long? I thought I was faster. Depends a little bit how you look at it, where Old Town and port starts, but I think you can do it in 15 minutes, maybe 20. Depends a little bit how fast you go and which road you take. And about 100 yards or 100 meters that way, we come to the front of the port. Port Alcudia. And I think these are some motorcyclists ahead of me in the little bar. This is also something you have a lot of here in the winter time, because so many roads for the tourism normally, in summer for the buses and everything and all the cars to go. But in winter time, most of these places, these roads are completely empty. So if you like to ride a bicycle or a motorcycle, most of the roads here, the nice roads, are very, very empty. So in that way, it's also very good for motorcyclists coming here at this moment in time. Stuart Vesey says the walk depends on how much tapas you've had. Definitely, that is also one of the variable factors on deciding how long it takes to walk from the Old Town to the Port Alcudia. David Ray, I don't know the exact temperature. Oh, actually there's a clock ahead, it says 16 degrees. at the pharmacist. But that one's in the shade when you're walking in the sun. It's very nice and pleasant. I'm just wearing a t-shirt and I'm feeling totally fine, really. So, and here we come to the front, where they're doing some renovation projects to make it even nicer. Basically, they're extending it here further out that way. So you have more of this area like here. Some nice flowers, trees, relaxing, no cars. Miramar is one of these restaurants that's open all winter, very popular with local people. And so mostly seafood. I don't think I've ever eaten there actually. Here we have Negre. It's also quite nice place to have like a little bit of a coffee or a snack or something. And then they do like the burgers and the pizzas and the steaks. So also like that, you see, life goes on even in these somewhat more difficult times. There's just less places open. But people do still go to the places that are open. You can sit here, have some nice tapas. See if we can find a favorite restaurant of my mom that's also somewhere here. And here you can have the menu of the day for like 10 euros. So 10 euros menu of the day. I don't think you can get that in any other country of Europe for like more than one course, one plate.
Encontró el perro Dorothy, ¿o no?
Sí, bueno, Dorothy no, pero lo estuvimos buscando por todos lados. Bueno, pero se perdió 3 veces en 2 días.
See here in the front, there's quite a few things open still. David Ray, yeah, just walking around in a t-shirt, man. It's really quite nice like that. I think it's, I don't know which one my mom likes. I think it's that La Cabana one over there. But they changed it. There's one restaurant she always comes to in the summertime. And then eats too much food there and then takes a taxi home. And don't forget, for anyone who's joining us just now, any questions you have about Alcudia, Mallorca, or basically any other destination in Spain, if you're doubting if you should travel at this moment, or when you should go where, or where you should go, or what you should do there, just write me now in the chat. I'm here to answer it for you. But if you're watching this after the live stream, you can also go to my website, checkedholidays.com, where you can find all my holiday advice about all the places in Spain that I've been to, which is basically all the islands where I've worked, where I lived, and also traveled around. All of that holiday advice, where to go, what to do, when to go, you can find on the website checkedholidays.com. I think it was this boat we went out with once. Must be this one. Yeah, a friend of mine rented it. It was quite nice. Some food, some tapas. Take a little bit of a swim in the direction of Formentor. Nearly landed the drone I had at that time in the water. Let's walk up here so you can have a little bit of a view over the port, and then we'll continue over there, and you can see we have the beach. So, Port Alcudia. Just fixing some things here. And the lovely but more or less empty beach of Alcuria, the way you will find it in the winter. So I hope you're enjoying this little video of the way Alcudia is in winter. If you know anyone else who's missing Mallorca or wondering how Mallorca is, know that you can always share this video with them. I think they will enjoy it as well. And next week, normally, we will do more from the rest of the island. From hopefully Calajada, Palmanova, Magaluf, these kind of places. So if you want to see those as well, don't forget to subscribe. Stuart Tracy, when I organized our first stay in Mallorca, I found your YouTube guides a great help. And Balearic transfers were a great company to use. No trouble at all. Great. I would be interested in knowing when you first came then. Must be, I don't know, a couple of years ago or something. I've been making these holiday guides, but in a different style. I think I made the first one in 2012. In 2014, some of the guides ended up in the Express newspaper in the UK, and then things started picking up a little bit. I started to get some payments for the videos I made as well. It wasn't much, but it was just like interesting to see that you could actually get paid for this. And then 2016 or 17, I really think I started to do specific travels to do filming. And then 2000, I don't know, 17 or 18, we also started a website, and that one was really quite a big success. I'm still working on it now to make it better and better, so you can easily find all the information you want. But at the moment it looks like on the YouTube channel here we're doing quite a lot of these live streams in the next couple of months, hopefully with the intent of showing that traveling to Spain is quite alright at this moment. It's safe, most people are respecting the rules, it's all good, and hopefully not really convincing people to come here, but a few people who are just not having the full information if they should travel here or not, to show them how things are, so hopefully they can decide if it's right for them or not and come book a holiday here, because I really hope Mallorca next year can get back more or less to normal, especially for all the people who live here and who are so very dependent of the tourism, most of them. Because yeah, I'm not 100% sure what the numbers are, but I think maybe 80% or something, maybe even more, especially in this area of Mallorca, is very dependent on the tourism, and a lot of people just didn't have it. Stuart Vesey, June 2017, first trip with the family. Okay. Dennis Eriksson, can you go to the Magaluf area? Yes. Dennis Eriksson, don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you want me to go to the Magaluf area. I'm planning on doing that, but at the moment I'm not living here full-time anymore in Alcuria, so I don't have a car here all the time, so I have to do with rental cars. At the moment I don't have a rental car. Normally from this weekend I will have a rental car, and then we'll start doing more places on the rest of the island, including Magaluf and Palma Nova. I definitely want to do and show how things are there at the moment. So don't forget to subscribe and like, so you are definitely informed by YouTube about these videos. Okay, Fisher, shame about this year Viva sunrise in May, going to try 4 weeks hopefully. Oh yeah, that's a long time. If you saw in my last live stream about Alcudia, I actually told you Viva Sunrise is one of the hotels I worked at. Here we're actually walking next to the Viva Golf. They're fixing it up. Also the Viva Sunrise they're fixing up for next year. Well, fixing up is maybe the wrong word. They're just improving them, like they do every 2 or 3 years. They add stuff, they take away stuff, they just adapt it to the kind of tourists that they have around that time. But this is Viva Golf, and we're walking over to Viva Sunrise, kind of that area. So maybe I can show you. Stick around till the ending of the video. I'm not sure if I'm going to be filming that far, but maybe we'll see how things go. If you want to have a look how Viva Sunrise is at this moment in the winter, let me know, and maybe I can plan my route to go a little bit in that direction. These masks are really annoying. They're good in the beginning, but then after a bit they come like these white bits of paper of them. Kev Fisher, yes indeed, the Sky cycling team. I also said that in my last live stream. They normally train here in the Viva Golf, but I'm not sure where they are this year, but I'm not sure if they're training here this year in Mallorca. So I'm just having a think how far Viva Sunrise is from here, if I should walk there or not. It's quite a far walk. I'm not 100% sure if I want to walk there now. Kev Fisher, thank you very much for joining us. I'll see you next time for one of these live stream thingies. More. The Last Hope wrote some things we cannot discuss here on YouTube about this whole corona thing. It seems to be quite a sensitive topic. Corona, COVID, whatever you want to call it. I'm actually walking up here to the Sunwing Hotel. Sunwing Hotel normally is open in the winter, and a lot of like retirees and stuff like to come there, especially from the Scandinavian countries. It's one of the few hotels that is open in Alcudia in winter. Excuse me. But in the last during this current situation it's not open, of course. But most likely, hopefully, next year it will be open again. Oh, this was quite a long live stream, if I see it here correctly. 2 hours 35, can that be correct? No, I'm not 100% sure if that is correct. No, The Last Hope, don't worry. Thank you very much for your comment, but it's a topic I don't really want to get into. I might believe what you say to be correct, actually, because these masks are really annoying for me, walking around and talking and all this kind of stuff. But just as a general rule, YouTube is quite strict surrounding this topic. So I don't like to discuss it here on the channel. Okay. So I walk a little bit on the beach. Feels almost like the sun is gonna set, but it feels like that's too early, actually. Graham, 90 minutes, okay. That's fine. So it took me 90 minutes to walk from Alcudia, from the Club Mac Hotel, the water park, to the Old Town, through the Old Town, from the Old Town back to the front, to the Puerto Alcudia, and now we're back basically where I started. So all of these places are what I would call within walking distance for most people. So if you're coming to Alcudia next year, do a little bit of exploring. If you always want to go to the beach, that's also fine. You want to stay in your hotel with the all-inclusive, that's also fine. But do know that you can do a little bit of exploring if you want to. So the Sunwing, as I say, normally always open for Scandinavian retirees in winter who like to spend here a couple of months. But now, no, now it's closed. The Last Hope says, love your vids, love Spain. Stuck here in the UK, sorry to hear that. No, it's quite grey and gloomy there now. I hear a lot of from the viewers here. So I hope you can soon travel to Spain again. You can definitely go to the Canary Islands. They recently changed the rules, so now you only need to do the antigen test. Antigen tests. They're not so very expensive, so if you want to travel, you want to support Spain, you want to support the people here, you want to support the economy and have a great holiday at the same time, do something good and have a great holiday at the same time. If you're healthy, if you're young, you can definitely travel to the Canary Islands. Just get the antigen test, especially if you're one of these work from homers, that sounds funny, but okay, work from home people. Then you can definitely go to the Canary Islands and take a little bit of a holiday there. I just came from there a couple of weeks from now. A couple of weeks ago, weather was really nice, sunny, nice climate, nice temperature, good food in the hotel. In general, that's very nice. Martin Short says, I have sun envy, pouring rain, dark here. I love the beach. There are some great little restaurants on the marina I usually visit. Yeah, definitely. You can also, I walked through the marina the other day in one of my other videos about Alcudia. But also for you, I would say, you can travel if you want. If you really want to come to the sun, I would advise you to go to the Canary Islands now, this winter. You can fly there for, as far as I understood, with the antigen test, which is not so hard to get. I think in many of the UK airports you can do them now in the airport, but don't quote me on this. Look it up yourself, because these things change quite fast. So definitely, if you want to do something good, help out the Spanish economy, help out the people here, and at the same time relax and have a great holiday, then you can come and travel to Spain, because it's really, yeah, it's the thing to do now. Do something good and at the same time have a great holiday. The Last Hope, he's actually saying that he's coming here soon, so that's great. I'm actually gonna end the live stream here. I thank everyone for watching and being with me. Don't forget, next week we're gonna do some more lives from Palmanova, Magaluf, these kind of places normally. So if you haven't subscribed yet, click the subscribe button. Also click the like button. That helps YouTube understand that they need to suggest these videos more to you, my live streams. And thank you very much for doing this little walk with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got to enjoy a little bit of the sunshine, and I'll see you again for the next video soon.